everyone, welcome back to Vintage Car Spotlight. Today, we'll be diving into the most revolutionary cars of the 1930s and one of my all-time favorite cars, a car I would love to own someday, and in fact, one of the only pre-war cars I'd ever be interested in owning. That is the Cord 810 and 812. These cars weren't just ahead of their time, they helped shape the future of automotive design and engineering. Yes, I am reading off of notes. Can't do this all extemporaneously. Let's break down what made these vehicles so special. The story behind the Cord Automobile Company and why the 810 and 812 have become icons of the classic car in history. The Cord Corporation was founded by Art Laban Cord, or just E.L. Cord for short, in the 1920s, late 1920s. Cord wasn't just another car manufacturer. It was part of a larger corporation that included Auburn and Duesenberg. Cord's goal? Build innovative, high-performance luxury vehicles that pushed boundaries. And boy did he ever do it. Their first model, the L29, hit the scene in 1929 as the first American production car with front-wheel drive. Yes, front-wheel drive in 1929. You read that right. Heard that right, I should say. I read it right. You heard it right. But it was in 1936, with the introduction of the 810, that Cord truly made its mark. The Cord 810 was a design masterpiece. Designed by legendary stylist Gordon Burig. I'm probably butchering that. It's Buehrig. Debuted at the 1935 New York Auto Show and caused an absolute sensation. The car's sleek, streamlined design looked like nothing else on the road. In fact, when the Cord came out, people were standing on other cars to get a look at it. Could you imagine it being one of those other exhibitors at the auto show? It must have not been pleasant. So let's break down what made the Cord so cool. Hidden headlights. Yep, the 810 was the first production American car with pop-up headlights, something we normally associate with the 80s. They were controlled by hand cranks inside the car. The coffin nose. That iconic wraparound grille wasn't just for looks. It was a functional design choice that added to the car's aerodynamic profile. The front-wheel drive layout gave the car a lower stance, improved handling, and freed up interior space. And the Art Decco styling from this wraparound dash to the step-down floor, the 810 embedded the 30s at its finest. So what did the Cord 810 have for power? Well, I'm mighty glad you asked. Under the hood, the 810 packed a 289 cubic inch Lycoming V8 that produced an impressive, for its time period, 125 horsepower. And one of the neatest features of the Cord 810 was its transmission. It used what was called a pre-selector manual transmission. It was kind of this weird hybrid of an automatic and a stick shift. It had a gas pedal, brake pedal, and a clutch, just like a normal manual car. But instead of a stick shift on the floor or on the column, you had a little switch that you would move into whatever gear you wanted. For first gear, you would take off just the way you would in a normal manual car. But when you wanted to shift into second, you'd move the little switch down to second. You'd step on the clutch pedal, and the transmission would shift. It was called a pre-selector. And there's a video, I'll throw a link up here to show you the pre-selector in action on Tom LaFerry's channel. Now for the 812. In 1937, Cord followed up with the 812, which offered minor improvements, most notably a supercharged option. The supercharged 812 could hit speeds of 110 miles an hour. which was an astonishing feat in the 1930s. These models are identified by their external chrome exhaust pipes, adding a touch of dynamic flair to an already striking design. Why the Cord and 810 and 812 are icons? Despite their innovation, the Cord 810 and 812 were short-lived. Production ended in 1937 due to financial struggles, and the Cord brand faded into history. But the cars themselves became legends. Influence on future design. The Cord's streamlined look inspired the post-war car designs and helped push the industry toward aerodynamic styling. Collectability. Today, surviving Cord 810 and 812 models are highly prized by collectors and can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Also, as an aside, reproductions were made in the 60s using Corvair drivetrains. So my love of Corvairs and the Cord is kind of joined at the hip. Also, Jay Leno owns one. Cultural impact. The Cord's futuristic design has appeared in countless movies and TV shows, The Shadow to name one, and even inspired concept cars decades later. The Cord 810 and 812 were bold, beautiful, and brilliantly engineered. And while they may not have been a commercial success in their time, they left an undeniable mark on automotive history. They remind us that pushing the envelope, even if it doesn't always pay off immediately, can lead to lasting greatness. So if you enjoyed this dive into the history of the Cord 810 and 812, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll never miss an episode. And let me know in the comments, which classic car should we cover next? And also, one last parting item. I now have a Gmail address, bigalsgaragesc@gmail.com. I'll throw a link in the description. I'd like to see your project cars. Email them to me and let me see what you're working on so I can feature them at the end of my videos. Till then, happy motoring.